think in the beginning I didn't really realise how serious he was. I thought he was a rather flamboyant character, and he was obviously a very good artist, and I kind of thought that probably music was a hobby for him and that he would become an artist.
My advice to Freddie was that he shouldn't follow it up. He should stick to what he knows, stick to graphics.
I'm Tim Staffel. I was the original singer in Smile, which was the band which came before Queen. And I guess that if I hadn't stepped aside, the world might have been a very different place. Once we got to Ealing, to art college, there were several of us who used to indulge ourselves and go down into the gents and sing harmony vocals in the echoey environment that was the gents' toilet at Ealing, which I suppose really gave rise to the way the Queen sound developed.
Ooh, take my breath away.
Roger and I mean, we both thought that he was very good on showmanship, but we weren't sure if he really had the sort of singing, the technical singing thing.
Rapidly changing to a place I've never seen.
At the time, he was very shaky. He'd go, vocally. He was still developing.
Yeah, so don't listen. Don't forget, but when you after the two verses, you'd be doing the same thing like you did, like you'd be going then you'd be going.
Okay, look, let's get on with it. So I want to sing.
Fred's nickname within the band, he was quite camp, and we all made the most of that. Called him the old Queen, just privately.
Tomorrow, I'm going to see the light of the blue skies above me.
His mic stand technique, this half mic stand thing, I think traces back to Ibex. In those days, I mean, you're talking 1968, 69, equipment wasn't very good, it wasn't very professional, and I think it was just he was swinging a mic stand around, and the bottom fell off, and he couldn't get it back on. Nobody had road managers, well, we didn't in those days anyway, and so nobody came rushing back with it to fit back to the thing, and he just pranced around with it, made the most of it.
When I'm ready, I know I'm going away.
He had this unwavering belief and this ambition, to make it and to be, the biggest thing or as big as anything else.
Yesterday, my life was in ruin.
When we left Hampton and moved on to college, Brian and I were the only two who really wanted to carry on with some kind of serious approach. And Smile evolved out of that. We advertised for a drummer, and we got Roger.
Smile were a great band. I mean, they were really good.
I remember some gig that we played, which was us as Smile. This is me and Tim Staffel, and Roger. Freddie came along. Now, I don't exactly remember where it was, but he used to often come along and see us play. But at that stage, he's just kind of an enthusiast, and he offers comments. He says, this is really good, it's great how you use this light and shade, you're aware of building up atmospheres and bringing them down and stuff. And he said, but you're not dressing right, and you're not addressing the audience properly, you should do this, there's all this opportunity to connect.
In thinking of the places I have been,
I could see that I really wasn't going to go in that direction with Brian and Roger. So I moved on and tried to find something that was more in line with what I felt I wanted to do.
Tim got the most disillusioned and said, I'm off. I'm going to go and join this group called Humpy Bong. Now, Humpy Bong were an offshoot of the Bee Gees. The Bee Gees drummer had set up this group, and they had an appearance on Top of the Pops, which was obviously big time. So Tim said, I'm going with these guys, and I'm going to go for it. Freddie was always there, you know. Freddie was saying, well, I'll sing, you know, we can do this, you know, put the band together like this and we get a, etc., etc., we'll do this, 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 this. And we kind of gradually went, well, okay.
It was exactly right. Freddie wanted to do the kind of theatrical stuff that Smile was moving towards. And I gradually got uncomfortable with it and moved away. Good job I did. I could do with a fraction of the money, but, you know, I've had a really good time. I just didn't have it in me to do what Freddie did. I was never a showman, and I really wasn't the writer that Freddie was. So I tend to view it these days as I'm glad I got out of the way, because if I hadn't, the world wouldn't have had Queen.
You wrote this song for the first album called My Fairy King. And there's a line in that where he goes, "Oh, Mother Mercury, what have you done to me?" And it was after that that he said to me, well, I'm going to become Mercury, you know, because the mother in this song is my mother. And so I'm going to become Mercury. And we went, you know, thinking, is he mad? You know, but he was serious, and he changed his name to Freddie Mercury.
Mother Mercury, look what they've done to me. I cannot run, I cannot hide.
He cast himself a role. He became the actor.
Most of the stuff I do is pretending. It's like acting, you know. So you go on stage and I pretend to be a macho man and all that. And then in my videos, you know, you go through all the different characters and then you're pretending anyway.
I think changing his name was part of him assuming this different skin. I think it helped him to be this person that he wanted to be. And the young Bulsara person was still there, but he was, for the public, he was going to be this different character, this god.
My name is Mick Rock. I took a lot of early key images of Queen and Freddie, and was a close friend of Freddie's.
Somebody to love.
My name is Mary Austin. I'm a long-term friend of Freddie's.
We were very sort of into the fashion world of Kensington, if you can call it that. And Bieber was really one of the great places for fashion at that time. Underground fashion, you know, not haute couture in any sense, but the fashion of the people. And part of the attraction of Bieber was that